back again with another reaction video. And today's reaction video is Tats Top Videos. The top 20 hardest Mario levels. So warning, this may contain flashing lights. I was checking my microphone just in case it was muted. It's not muted. I can hear the microphone. Okay. So the video, flashing lights. If you guys are sensitive with flashing lights, leave this video immediately. So let's get this video started.
This video contains flashing lights. Viewer discretion advised.
The fuck? Oh, shit.
One of the most iconic video game franchises in human history and the flagship Nintendo mascot.
But hidden under this facade are some truly brutal and insanely difficult challenges, definitely not for the casual gamer.
So, brace yourself and strap in as we explore the top 20 hardest Mario levels.
Level 4.2, Super Mario Land. Taking a step away from the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario heads off to save Princess Daisy in Sarasa Land. But even in another land, Mario isn't safe from the horrors of challenging stages. The second level of Area 4, Chai Kingdom, is where your skills are truly put to the test and where sanity goes to die. While the music adds energy and atmosphere, this is but a facade masking something horrible. And while the last level challenged patience and precision, this level throws more hazards into the mix, such as pits, bullet bills, neololins, pom-pom flowers, piranha plants, and rotodiscs. Power-ups are present to offer a tempting treat, but going for them often feels more like a risky choice than a guaranteed reward. Level 4.2 has earned a reputation for being consistently demanding rather than outright unfair, though this doesn't detract from how incredibly difficult it is. It combines classic platforming elements with unique obstacles, creating a varied and engaging game experience. With enough practice, you will be able to beat the level in no time.
World 8, Airship, Super Mario Bros. 3. Deep in the depths of the dark world, after the 3 drag me down hand stages, is the final airship stage of the whole game. Easily one of the most challenging levels in the entirety of the game. While similar to previous world airships, the difficulty ramps up a few notches. The stage consists of an elite fleet of 18 small ships, each with their own wrench-tossing rocky wrenches, all waiting to knock you out of the sky. As if this isn't annoying enough, the stage will scroll automatically and at a faster rate than normal airship stages, forcing you to use quick reflexes to proceed. The whole stage is a death drop that requires precise timing and jumping to get from ship to ship, culminating in a warp pipe on the final ship. Should you survive hot-footing your way to the end, a rather anticlimactic mini-boss awaits in the form of, well, you guessed it, Boom Boom. The true difficulty comes from navigating around flying wrenches and rapidly moving ships, keeping you from falling to your death. The Leaf power-up, or Tanuki suit, will make the challenge significantly easier by making your jumps better to control. Though, even with such power-ups, avoiding wrenches can prove tricky, and a single hit can knock you off the edge. Of course, if you save one of your P-Wings, then you can completely trivialize this whole stage and use its unlimited P-power to fly through the entire stage right to the end. In short, if you possess any power-ups, this level might not induce as many headaches, but if you have none, then get the aspirin out and prepare for trouble.
Get the aspirin, yeah. I believe that. I really, really do believe that.
DK Mountain. Mario Kart Double Dash.
Oh, I played this before.
Mario Kart Double Dash was a magnificent addition to the Mario Kart series.
I played this before. The level is fucking hard.
Having 2 characters on one cart, each character having their own special items, and an incredible variety of track designs makes Double Dash a memorable experience that you can revisit over and over. And like with many other Mario Kart games, many of its tracks provide one heck of a challenge, and DK Mountain provides the biggest challenge. The start of the stage is truly extravagant, seeing you drive up a hill to a barrel cannon that launches you straight to the summit of the mountain. Then you take a stroll down the mountain with its fill of chasms that make steering tricky, especially if there are hazards on the path. Adding to the difficulty is the rocks that can fall right on top of you. And if it couldn't get any worse, most of the turns are very sharp, so a clever use of power slide is necessary.
Shit.
Undershooting these could result in you slamming into the fence on the track, while overshooting could result in you driving off the cliff or falling into a chasm below. And it all culminates with the most wobbly bridge possible that can also lead you falling to your doom if you don't navigate it properly. It truly feels like someone took one of the old Donkey Kong arcade games, overlaid it on a mountain, and forced you to go down it in a go-kart. Everything on this stage is out to make it so you don't win the race. So good luck beating this in first place on All Cup Tour-Near mode. You're gonna need it.
I hated that level so much.
Toad's Turnpike Extra Cup, Mario Kart 64. Extra Cup is a hidden mode only unlocked through beating all cups on 150cc. On this track that's shaped close to the infinity symbol, Toad's Turnpike forces you to race in reverse, going against traffic. Not only evading other hazards such as fake item boxes, banana peels, and green shells, you're also tasked with evading the oncoming traffic itself, which can get you caught in a cascade of accidents as other cars and trucks blaze through you, losing valuable time and progress in the race. Driving, drifting, and lane splitting as you pass oncoming cars will be different because the vehicles are coming towards you head on, and Extra Cup difficulty has them moving even faster. The only thing you can do is have great hand-eye coordination and muscle memory being on par as you keep up with 7 other racers. Coming in first in this race is also coupled with the unfair rubber banding CPU drivers, who manage to maintain an unfair lead on the player, making catching up almost impossible. The unique feature of this track is literally turned against you, making this more challenging than any other course in the game.
Lava Spire Daredevil Run, Super Mario Galaxy.
Bro, I
The galaxy
hated
run is
that.
melty molten. You have to make your way through areas to reach the spire and get the
Dude, this game took me freaking... Oh man, I can't even imagine. 50 tries and I couldn't even beat it. Bro, it took me a good month to memorize everything to pass this level, man. Oh my gosh. I hated that freaking level. It was the only star that I needed to complete 100%. Literally the only star. I skipped it and I continued my way.
star trapped inside a gemstone. Now, beating this level lasts between 4 to 5 minutes if you know exactly where you're going. However, if you're new to the level, grip your braces for a lot of trial and error. Making this event even harder is the fact that Daredevil Run wants you to beat it without taking any damage. Oh, and there's no checkpoints. Beginning portion is simple enough with avoiding fire sprites and reaching the other side without getting hit by the boiling lava or having a slip up on the graded platforms. From the wall jump to going inside a volcano to acquire the star bits before it erupts, from floating through the galaxy's atmosphere and avoiding fireballs while traversing through star jumps to reaching a meteor floating in the lava, quickly and precariously navigating this molten rock formation to create another star jump without getting hit by fire sprites, you'll reach the destination, the lava spire. With only seconds to spare before the lava rises, you have to run, wall jump, and ground smash your way to reach the star without making any mistakes. For the most who played this level, deeming Lava Spire Daredevil Run is difficult, traumatic, and hell itself, you think you can beat it on the first try?
Took me 50 tries. 50 tries, man.
Level 8-4, Super Mario Bros. 8-4 is the final level of the original Super Mario Bros. And your final trial to saving Princess Toadstool from the evil Bowser. This level was designed to test nearly every mechanic you have experienced throughout the game. The enemies are placed in ways that often catch you off guard and disrupt careful jumps. Throughout this level, you'll run into encounters with Goombas, Koopa Troopas, Bullet Bills, Buzzy Beetles, Bloopers, Potaboos, Cheep Cheeps, and Hammer Bros, alongside environmental hazards such as lava pits and fire bars. The level itself requires precise jumps, careful timing, and good memory of the tricky platform sequences, as one single mistake can quickly make you fail the level. The maze-like layout requires you to travel through pipes in a specific order. Should you go down the wrong pipe, you'll be sent backwards, making your progress more frustrating and reinforcing the need to learn the correct path while your timer ticks down. At the end of the level, you'll confront Bowser yet again in the final castle. After defeating him this time, you're not greeted with a toad, but finally the princess. Given this is the very first Mario game and the final and most difficult Bowser stage, makes this level the most well-known level in the entire game.
Level 9-7, New Super Mario Bros. Wii. The 9-7 level in New Super Mario Bros. Wii is notorious among players for being one of the most challenging stages in the game. By the time players reach World 9, the game assumes they have mastered core mechanics like jumping physics, momentum, and reading enemy patterns. Level 9-7 reflects this by featuring tight platforming sections with small or moving platforms that require precise timing. Falling often results in an instant life loss, leaving little opportunity to recover from mistakes. Unlike earlier levels, 9-7 gives fewer opportunities to recover once hit. Losing a power-up often leaves the player vulnerable for the remainder of the section. What makes it even harder is the enemy placement and the star coin locations, which seem specifically designed to punish players. Enemies appear at the worst possible moments, especially the fire piranha plants shooting fireballs. Even if they miss you, they serve to alter your surroundings by melting the ice platforms next to you. This level often forces you to adjust your jumps mid-air or land in awkward positions on moving platforms. The star coins are positioned in risky spots that require you to deviate from the safest path while dealing with the platforming challenges. Since this is a World 9 level, part of the post-game content designed for experienced players, it's intentionally more brutal than the main campaign. In multiplayer, the chaos multiplies as players can accidentally knock each other off of platforms, turning an already punishing level into something even more overwhelming.
Tick-tock clock, Super Mario 64. Ever wondered what it's like to be inside an active clock? Tick-tock clock brings this idea to life, and it is a painful life to live. Depending on what position the minute hand is at, determines if the clock runs at normal speed, faster speed, out of sync, or stopped completely. Having to climb up the clock becomes a progressively harrowing task, as any missed jump can send you falling right back to the start or even out of the clock entirely. Competing with moving and spinning platforms, conveyors, moving clock hands, and some rather evil enemy placement will probably have you pulling your hair out with each trip up. depending on if you slow, stop, or mess up time in the clock can make the challenge easier, harder, or in some cases almost impossible, depending on the star you seek. Further up the clock you go, the greater the risk and greater the challenge you face. Right at the top sits a lone thwomp, which you'll need to jump on to reach one such star. Other stars will require careful navigation over moving clock hands, spinning platforms, and careful, precise jumping between platforms to reach some really obscure locations. The camera itself makes this challenge even harder, as it can make it difficult to accurately predict distance and jump timing, not to mention controlling Mario. Gathering the 8 red coins is rough enough, let alone trying to get the 100 coin star in this hellish tower puzzle, moving gears and swinging pendulums.
Damn, I can imagine how hard it is. I can imagine that.
Tubular, Super Mario World. The beginning of Mario's run on the Super NES had an incredible start with the beauty of Super Mario World. Even with unlimited continues and the save feature, people who grew up with the NES Mario games were hoping to experience the same challenge and difficulty that made the first 3 games so fun and replayable. Sure enough, they got their wish with Super Mario World. The interesting power-ups with World were the Cape Feather and the introduction of Yoshi, especially when you get to Tubular. Found by finding the secret exit of Star World 5, then completing Gnarly, this is unlike any other level before it. What stands out with this stage is that it's one big bottomless pit, the only thing keeping you afloat being the pea balloon. But take too long to get another one, or get hit, and it's all gone, and you plummet into the void.
Damn.
You can also try the spin jump and Cape Feather combo to bounce off enemies, or even try Blue Yoshi to bypass the level, but it will still be tricky to pull off. What makes this level insanely frustrating is not the time limit of the pea balloon or how slow Mario is, but the enemy placement.
Yeah.
Passing chucks will kick their footballs with precise aim, Koopa paratroopas always float in your way, and volcano lotus plants always spit dangerous slow-moving projectiles.
Damn.
The Game Boy Advance remake of Super Mario World allowed you to play as Luigi with his signature jumping prowess, but in this instance, it won't gain you anything. The level is still brutally difficult and insanely punishing. Regardless of whether you're going after the dragon coins, and regardless of your approach to this level, be prepared to fall. A lot.
Kamek, Mario Tennis Aces. Anyone up for a fun game of tennis? Well, it seems when it comes to Kamek, you'll need to be ready to bring your A game. This might look like your fun, average tennis match, and normally it probably would be, but Kamek quickly proves otherwise, making you wish you were facing Rafael Nadal instead. To defeat Kamek, you will have to reach 400 points in order to win. That alone makes this match a test of endurance and tribulation, but there's more to this than just a score grind. If that was not challenging enough, Kamek is no pushover on the court. Kamek's shots are heavy, loaded with spin, and designed to punish like he's got a personal grudge against your very existence. Hitting the ball at sharp angles only works against you too, as he'll turn every risky shot into an even harder return. He won't give you a moment to breathe, and true mastery of tennis is needed to endure your way through this slog of a match. As if that weren't enough, even the court is working against you. The pole in the center of the court constantly messes with your shots, making it very unpredictable and making this whole experience unpleasant and frustrating. What should be a fun tennis match turns into one of the most annoying, hardest levels in Mario Tennis Aces.
That's crazy.
Darker Side of the Moon, Super Mario Odyssey.
I never played that game
In
before.
an era where most Mario games felt almost the same to a lot of people, to see a fully 3D collectathon of Super Mario Odyssey felt like a refreshing change of pace. It's still very much a hard game with some power moons being almost impossible to find without a guide, let alone a vague hint. But out of all the challenges in this game, the Darker Side of the Moon, also known as Kulmina Crater, provides the biggest challenge regardless of having unlimited lives. It doesn't make it any easier. Getting there in the first place is a challenge. You need at least 500 power moons scattered throughout the various kingdoms you explore. You can either cheese this by buying 50 sets of 10 power moons, and even then, you can only buy 10 power moons at once in the post-game. So the more practical way is to go on a power moon hunt and do the main story anyways. Now, for the challenge itself, you have to clear jumping challenges, enlist the help of Yoshi, soar through the air with Glydon, and even do a Bowser segment where rocks come at you in every which way. This game really tests your skills and mastery of the mechanics, capturing enemies and using their ability to your advantage. There's even a moment where Cappy stays on a scarecrow and you need to do a wall jumping challenge as the wall threatens to push you off into the lava below. But conquer all of that craziness and you'll get two very sweet moments. The first sees you riding electrified wires that spell out, "Thank you." Then, when you make the climb up the pillar that resembles the tower of New Donk City, Cappy will give a heartwarming monologue about how much fun he had with Mario as you acquire the final multi-moon. This moment is especially impactful if you got all the other power moons before doing this one. It'll really feel like you earned your 100% as you stand atop the tower, feeling like king of the world.
Wow, that's crazy. Crazy levels, man. That's crazy. Damn, we're not even halfway done yet.
Wario's Castle, Super Mario Land 2, the 6 golden coins. Wario has stolen Mario's castle, so it's finally time to confront the chump and regain your stolen home. However, Wario's been busy while you've been gathering the 6 coins, and the castle has become a death trap. 3 sinister floors made up of many devilishly fiendish traps such as lava pits, piranha statues, large spiked fists, small skeletal platforms, rotating spiked crushers, and the unusual floating Wario faces. To make matters worse, there's no checkpoints in this stage, so any losses send you back to the start of the level. The Game Boy hardware itself doesn't make this easier, since its poor resolution means you have little time to react to hazards unless you know beforehand. The saving grace is you have opportunities to power up at each staircase leading up to the castle. Should you successfully get past the floating faces on the 3rd floor, you can finally confront the big guy himself, sitting upon Mario's throne. Wario will throw his weight around by stomping the ground and dropping chandeliers on you while also hindering your movement as he shakes the ground. As the fight progresses, he'll gain the bunny ears power and the fire power, each needing their own tactics. Eventually, after 9 stomps on his meaty head, Wario's reign of terror will end and he transforms into his smaller form, leaving him crying in the corner before throwing his shoe at Mario in a last get-up before fleeing the castle. The true difficulty comes from the multitude of traps combined with no checkpoints to save your progress from start to finish. Mistakes become incredibly punishing, and if you're lacking on extra lives, you can find your adventure coming to an unfortunate end right at the doorstep of your former residence.
Well, that's gonna be it, soldiers. I know I'm on number 8, but it's late. I'm tired. I have to edit this before I fall asleep because it's already midnight. So you know what to do, soldiers. Like, subscribe, favorite, comment, share the video. See you guys in the next vid. And don't forget to subscribe to Tats TopVideos. I love their channel. I love their videos. I'll see you guys in the next vid. Peace.